أن محمدا عبده ورسوله اللهم صل وسلم وزد وبارك على هذا النبي المبارك وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه ليوم الدين. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما يا رب العالمين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم نور قلوبنا بأنوار معرفتك ومحبتك وخشيتك وذكرك يا رب العالمين. اللهم ارزقنا الصدق والإخلاص واليقين وأخلاق الصالحين. اللهم ارزقنا الشوق إليك والأنس بك. اللهم اشغلنا بك ولا تشغلنا عنك يا رب العالمين. اللهم خذ بنا وصينا إليك أخذ الكرام عليك يا أكرم الأكرمين. اللهم احفظ الإسلام والمسلمين وبارك فيهم في هذه البلاد وفي كل مكان يا رب العالمين. اللهم اشفنا واشف مرضانا وجميع مرضى المسلمين، وارحم موتانا وجميع موتى المسلمين، وارحمنا إذا ما صرنا إليهم يا رب العالمين. أما بعد، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. صبحكم الله بالخير، طبتم وطاب منشاكم وتبوأتم من الجنة منزلا. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept your good deeds and forgive for us our bad deeds. Ameen ya Rabb al-Alameen. Inshallah, today we're going to speak about a social topic concerning dealing with disagreements or differences. And that in all levels, level of the family, between husband and wife, level in family, brother and sisters, all the family, and between the person and friend, this neighbor, and between the person and the community, between communities, between, all people, as the differences or disagreements nature of mankind. You understand that? It's a nature of mankind. Disagreements and differences between people are natural. All of us are different in one way or another. We come from different, backgrounds and educations. We speak different languages and so on. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make these differences is a hikmah, is target in creation. قال ربنا جل وعلا في سورة الرعد: ولو شاء ربك لجعل الناس أمة واحدة ولا يزالون مختلفين إلا من رحم ربك ولذلك خلقه. And if your Lord had willed, He could have made mankind one community, subhanallah. But they will not cease to differ except whom your Lord has given mercy, and for that He created them. So we see here that differences between people is target from purpose, from the creation. But we should, use these differences to be a benefit, to be advantage between mankind, and make that supporting for development, the community or the family or whatever. So here we see that is a nature of mankind to have difference between each other. From this ayah we see that being different is by Allah's design subhanahu wa ta'ala. Differences between people cannot be and will not be eliminated. This is forever till the day of judgment. Therefore, we have to make our differences and disagreements work to the advantage of the family, community, ummah. Types of disagreements. We should learn that to know when you debate, you have that between you and other. This is what type of difference. We have ikhtilaf, we have jadal, we have shiqaq. Three types that come in Quran. اختلاف and jadal and shiqaq. Three types, major difference, types of disagreements. The first is normal disagreement. Ikhtilaf, it is used to describe a situation in which people genuinely cannot agree on issues. Number two, the second disagreement is dialectical in nature, jadal. The aim of this kind of disagreement is ultimately to win an argument. So when we see that, that means the person, all of them, they wanted to win whatever the way for winning. At best, it is fruitless and serves to higher purpose. The third, الشقاق, the worst type of disagreement. This is when parties hold beliefs that are contradictory, يعني very distance between them, very big distance between them. Each party has no room for the other's opinion. يعني don't accept others anymore. So this is very dangerous and very critical, شقاق or difference between you. It is when pride and arrogance come to the mind and heart of people, we see that الشقاق. الشقاق, this is يعني Quran is like that and advise believer to avoid this kind of disagreements. اللي هو الشقاق, third one. It may even lead to violence. It may leads to violence. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala warns us about these kinds of disagreements and give us the examples of nations before us who destroyed themselves through al-khilaf, disagreements or differences between them. قال ربنا جل وعلا ولا تنازعوا فتفشلوا وتذهب ريحكم ولا تنازعوا فتفشلوا وتذهب ريحكم. And do not dispute with one another lest you lose heart and your moral strength desert you. Some issues we should avoid during the disagreement. This is, as we mentioned at the beginning, فن إدارة الخلاف. فن إدارة الخلاف. The art how to manage these disagreements. This is a point. Because we agreed upon that. We agreed on that. The disagreements, it's nature. So how to manage that between you and your wife, your brothers, your family, your friends, the community, whatever. How to manage the disagreement. This is a point. Generalizing and stereotyping this person or that organization is like this or they are all the same. We should avoid planting the seed of doubt and mistrust. This is the first point. We have to keep trust between each other. Keep trust and avoid doubts and avoid attacking. Avoid, accuse people with something is not without evidence. Just something comes to the mind. Shaitan plant in the mind of the people, so they accuse people with that. No, we should avoid that. We should, when we have debate, we have dialogue, we have some issues, we have to make our speech and our niyyah for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When we establish with that, everything will be easy later, inshallah. And niyyah, why you debate, why you argue, why? For your ego to win, I'm right, I'm the better, or for the sake of Allah to see the right, the truth, with the truth. If the truth with my other part, I accept it. الصحابة رضي الله عنهم they have خلاف. الصحابة رضي الله عنهم they have اختلاف وخلاف between each other. But in that circle, the circle under Quran and Sunnah, and when he see the right with the other part, they accept it because they're niyyah for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Always keep in mind that your brother or sister has the right to his or her opinion, just like you do. Right to utter, to speak. Freedom of speech, as the Americans say. So they have the right to utter and express about their feeling and express about their opinion. Do not leave argue carrying a kind of hatred, or it may reach to violence. Some issues, sometime reach to that level of shiqaq. So do not make it reach to that. Concluding with the handshake, smile, or a hug, assure the other side that your disagreement does not change your love and respect for him or her. We should understand the mentality of the other part. This is one of the major issues when we establish, argument or debate or discussion. We should look at the mentality of people and deal according to that. Their thoughts, their ideology, their faith, their whatever they carry in their heart and mind, we have to put that in our image, in our background when we start debate and speak with people. It's very, very important issue. حسن الخطاب وعدم استفزاز وازدراء الآخر. Good speech. Avoid curse, bad words, or that stuff during debate or during, mocking, something like that. So, حسن الخطاب, good speech. وعدم الاستفزاز. عدم الاستفزاز. Non-provocation and contempt of others. القرآن علم الرسول عليه الصلاة والسلام. Quran told the Prophet ﷺ when we establish dialogue with non-believers. وإنا أو إياكم لعلى هدى أو في ضلال مبين. سبحان الله. الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم speak about himself. وإنا أو إياكم لعلى هدى أو في ضلال مبين. And indeed we or you are either upon guidance or in clear error. Look here, Rasulullah put himself in the side of error to open the mind and the heart of the other. That means you are right and me I'm wrong. Me I'm right and you are wrong. So we have to establish the dialogue and the debate on that base, on that table, to open our mind to each other. حسن الاستماع لأقوال الطرف الآخر. Good listening to the other part, the other side. Listen well. And let him or her finish his speech, his word to the end. And avoid interruption for the speech or oppose till he or she finish his idea. التراجع عند الخطأ والاعتراف به. If the person make mistake, we should recognize that and we should confess that I'm wrong. Sorry, I'm wrong, and return it back to the point that you avoid that wrong. Undo the error and recognize it. أن يكون الكلام في حدود الموضوع المطروح. To speak within the limits of the topic, the subject. Don't go from topic to another to branch and go there. No, you have track and go at the end of that track. Don't go right or left. So the dialogue, the speech, in that limit of the topic you speak. البعد عن اللجج ورفع الصوت والفحش في الكلام. Distance from the argue and raising sound and obscene speech, bad speech. الرسول عليه السلام قال المؤمن ليس بلعان. المؤمن, believer, is not the one who utter curse or bad words. This is not from akhlaq, manners of believers anymore. البعد عن التنطع في الكلام والإعجاب بالنفس. Very dangerous. The distance from the disobedience and admiration, self-admiration. This is one of the critical issues. If you look at the first dialogue or the first argue, الشيطان. What makes shaitan go in that, destructive way? His ego. His ego, and his, argue without without knowledge, jahl, and add arrogance, and he see himself, self-admiration, self-liking, see himself better than Adam عليه السلام. التروي وعدم الاستعجال. Don't be in hurry. Don't be in hurry. We should wait and get the sound results, consequence from that debate. Last point, if the sound raise during that, we should in the beginning we should avoid that. If the dialogue became hot and the sound raised, we should avoid extravagance in that issue. Avoid to make high sound and high voice between you and the other part. This is major points. I think we should make it like constitution and guidelines for our disagreement on all levels between the family members, the community, even between Muslims and non-Muslims, that may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us to the right and the best way, and open our hearts and mind and soul and spirit to the light of Quran and Sunnah. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. جزاكم الله خيرا وأحسن إليكم وأحبكم وصل اللهم وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين.